Hello, good evening. It is time for some Fighting Fantasy Friday with moi, Yog, old geek, whatever you want to call me. Call me whatever you like. I'm not fussy. Good evening, Halakar. Good evening, Straw Piglet. Good evening, Lee Baker. How are you doing, fellas? It's been an interesting week here, and I'm looking forward to a very gentle weekend off. But cars, don't you just love them? My car's been a dick this week, but right. Hello, Richard. Hello, Straw Piglet. And, just gonna stretch. Intellectual quandary. What is the quandary? Hello, Mercurius. Hello. Cheers. Nothing alcoholic for me tonight. I ain't getting no electric nonsense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I like motor racing. I like cars that go brum. Nothing sounds better than a normally aspirated engine that revs to a decent number of revs and just goes brum. Hello, Keith. How are you doing? Nice to see a decent little turnout. I was a little late setting the stream up. I got distracted playing Icewind Dale. I'm determined to finish it. I haven't been streaming it, but Iman is now intellectual quandary. Right, okay. Yes, Iman Qureshi. Yeah, I get it now. Yeah. What was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. No, I like cars that go brum. I like cars that have a proper round to their engine. And my daughter was going to buy an electric car, but it would have cost far too much to insure on it, so she didn't bother. Red Barchetta. The only Barchetta I know is a little Fiat Barchetta, which is quite a fizzy little sports car. Really small engine, but really nippy little car. So, we've got some games tomorrow. If anyone wants to join in, Iman, you coming to play tomorrow? Don't know. It's up to you. Up to you. You play fairly often, but think of an appropriate name for your channel. Right. This is the job for chat tonight to think of a name for Iman's channel. You're focusing on video games, though, aren't you? So, I don't know. I don't know. Depends what games you're going to focus on, but we occasionally see muscle cars about. Our main problem is fuel is much more expensive here. So our cars tend to be built to be quite economical. For example, my Hyundai, if I didn't have to spend money on keeping it working, it's been a little unreliable, but it does about 50 miles to the gallon. So that's good. And my wife's got a little Hyundai as well. That does about 45 to the gallon. My daughter's new Peugeot does 50 plus. And that's what's important to us. Intelligent. Well, you're in the wrong place here for intelligent topics. There's nothing intelligent going on here. But I mean, when I was a kid, I used to love the look of things like a Pontiac Firebird and things like that. I quite like American muscle cars, but to be honest, given the size of the engine, they're not really all that powerful unless they're specifically made to be. There's a lot of American V8s where the specs are only like 150 horsepower, and that's It's not great. My brother had a Honda Civic. It was a 2-litre 16-valve engine. It was the Honda Civic Type S, and that had 170 brake horsepower in a car half the size of an American muscle car. I know there's some really good ones and some really good sounding ones, but I don't know. I mean, if you offered me a muscle car, but yeah, I'll have a go. I love the old Mustangs and the old Dodges and things like that. I think they look and sound fantastic. The emission control stuff you have to deal with, right? That's fair enough. Yeah, that's why they're quite severely down-tuned at times. I know the Panteras used to have to be detuned for the American market. Look at the specs of a Pantera, and the racing ones were so much more powerful because they were so heavily detuned for the American market. Anyway, I think we need to do some more of this. 7 people in chat at the moment. It did peak at 9, so all this car talk scaring people off. Your V8 maybe gets 10 miles to the gallon. Well, yeah, I've got no idea what. My problem with driving in foreign countries is we drive on the other side of the road here. I drive a manual gear stick, left hand, steering right hand. I don't know how I'd cope with it all being the other way around. But hey ho, we shall see. And I hate driving automatics. I really, really do. Right. No feel in an automatic. No feel at all. Where was we? Oh, yes, we were going down Clog Street. Remember? Do you remember Clog Street? I'm not fussed by four-wheel drive. When I competed, I rallied a front-wheel drive car. So, I'd be okay with flappy paddles. It's when it does, you put your foot down and immediately it does all the changing up itself. When you attack a hill, you want to drop a gear and get more pull. But yeah, I mean, I've driven up. I used my boss's four-wheel drive car for a while. He had a Mitsubishi Shogun. Drove that for a little while, and yeah, I mean the pull, the acceleration is not great, but you feel the power. It was a 2.5-litre V6, so it had plenty of grunt without actually being quick. But you felt like you owned the road. It's far too big for our roads. Anyhow, wow. Well, it's quick then. Halakar. What you've got is quick. I've not driven a car of that with that capability. Quickest car I've been in is a Rally Impreza. That was quick. I was I had a passenger ride in a Rally Impreza. Yeah, let's rephrase that, Iman. Most countries drive on the wrong. Halakar, your crush on Daisy Duke, you're human. There you go. Good evening, Squirrel. Are you back in the land of home, or are you still out on the road doing your worky stuff? Did you finish all your painting the other night? Oh, and I've got to. Having watched your painting stream, I did get myself. I've needed to get myself a new one of these for a while, but this arrived today, and that's a painting headset, so I can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm going to start painting again. Back over the next 4 or 5 days. Good. Enjoy. Put your feet up. Pour yourself a cold one, and enjoy. Dale's getting. I don't know about me doing a painting stream. I'm not good enough. I'm too slow. I'm too fiddly. I make too much of a mess. we'll see. We'll see. Right. Anyway, are we gonna do some City of Thieves? Your connection is not great any day, is it, Iman? Right. We're at 216. We're going down Clog Street. So can you remember what we're looking for? We have got ourselves some black pearls, which I know we need, but there's things like a tattoo and hello, Manfred. We need to get a tattoo, and we need to get lotus flower and all sorts of things like that. Silver arrow, I believe. All things we haven't got. But hey ho, let's see how we get on. Oh, we've used our golden flower. Remember that. Ben Barryman, the silversmith. Well remembered. Clog Street is very narrow and lined with terrace cottages and the occasional shop. To your left, you see what looks like a small boy lying face down on the cobblestones, groaning loudly. A hood is pulled over his head, and you cannot see his face. A wooden hoop and stick lie by his side. Do we stop to help, or do we walk on? Stop to help this poor boy, or do we walk on? Up to you. I may have to talk quietly at some point tonight. We've got our nephew staying, and he has gone to bed. He's 7 years old, 8 years old. Been playing Minecraft with my daughter, and he's gone to sleep. Walk on by, do, 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 do. Walk on by. All right, we've got 4 for help, 2 for walk by. Manfred says, it's a trap. Oh, there's our 5th help, which gives us a majority of help. So here we go. Stop to help. 72. As you bend down to help the injured boy, he suddenly rolls over and you see the flashing blade of a dagger before your eyes. The boy is in fact a goblin thief, and you must fight him for your life. I just need to get my dice ready because I have some rogue dice here. So these ones. They're the ones that come with the 1 ring. Only 2 of us know Walk On By, you reckon? The version of Walk On By that I like is the cover version by the Stranglers. Very, very good. Right. One ring dice, indeed. Now, so which ones do you want to use for us? Those really smart looking red ones, which are deep red, or do we use the 1 ring ones for us? In fact, here's a choice. Our dice for tonight, red or white. Have that choice, chat. You make the decision. They both look really cool. Richard's going straight for the red ones. But Iman, do you know the Stranglers version? The sort of post-punk version of it? Really, really good. The Stranglers had a superb bassist, Jean-Jacques Burnel. Brilliant on the bass. 3-2 at the moment towards red. Oh, that's the version you know, the Stranglers version. Ah, good. A youngling with taste in music. Don't get many of those these days. I was chatting to a customer today about various rock bands, talking about our youth. He was an 80s hair rocker, and he was saying how the stuff I was into sort of made his stuff unfashionable. I doubt it was really fashionable in this country anyway. And his daughters were there just looking as if we were weird. You have the taste in music of someone 20 years older than you. But if you like the Stranglers, it's more like 30 years older than you, because the Stranglers were a big band in the late 70s. If you see me walking down the street, walk on by. Right, we're leaning towards red at the moment. I'm just looking for a vape juice to fill my vape up. So, any more votes for the dice color, red or white? I'm waiting for my wife to tell me to shut up. You've woken him up. You've woken him up. Yeah. Do I like Billy Idol? Yeah, I have been known to sing White Wedding while drunk on a karaoke. Most of your favourite stuff is from the 80s and 90s. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I hope I haven't left my nice juices at work. Yacht rock. Yacht rock. Is that your sort of 80s big hair, Miami Vice era sort of stuff? Cheese. Right, we're going red dice. Okay, so we fight the goblin. Well, we'll batter the goblin. Yeah. He only had 4 stamina. He was pretty pathetic. Okay, if you win, turn to 208. The goblin's pockets contain 2 gold pieces, to 46 gold pieces, a clove of garlic, and some knuckle bones. We've got loads of stuff. Turn to 317. Steely Dan's pretty good. Hall and Oates, yeah, they're all right. All right. One of the shops to your left is a candle maker's. There are many different coloured candles burning brightly in the window. Do we enter this shop or do we continue east? Hello, Barney. I eat the clove of garlic to deflect vampires and shady women. Seems to me you lived a life like a candle in the wind. The silver shop is the next shop, you believe? You don't think you don't think we need to go to the candle shop? Well, we've got 2 votes for enter so far, and 1 for east. Enter the shop or continue east. This is a candle shop. 3 votes so far. Manfred doesn't like Florida. What have you got against Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck? Grossly overpriced holidays. All right, we're at 3-2 at the moment for entering the shop. Any more votes? Iman and Barney say east. Everyone else is saying go in. This chair was ever so quiet when I first got it. It's really creaky now. Really, really creaky. It's really annoying me. Yeah, our butthole is called London. It's quite a big one. Quite a big steaming one. Stinks. Okay, so we're going in the shop. 241. Inside the shop, you see a tall, thin man with pointed ears and fair hair, pouring hot wax from an iron pan into a mould. The candle maker is an elf. As he turns to you to speak, you notice his slanted eyes, which are icy blue. For some reason, they appear very cold to you. He tells you that all of his coloured candles cost 1 gold piece each. You may buy as many as you wish. He then asks you if you'd like to see one of his magic candles in the back room. Do we buy a regular coloured candle? Do we go into the back room to look at his magic candle? Or do we leave the shop? Oh, I have forgotten. I have forgotten just for something. Bear with me. Something I've been doing. Yes. There we go. Let's get some pictures up. Come and see my magic candle, little boy. It's magic. I'm just going to close a few of the windows because my internet connection just wobbled a bit then. There we go. Okay, so we're going. Yeah, okay. It looks like you want to go and see his magic candles. Turn to 63. The elf leads you into a room lit by purple candles, which give a strange glow. You stand and stare blankly at the candles and drift off into a world of vivid dreams. While you are in this trance, the elf takes 2 items and 5 gold pieces from your backpack. When you awake, you have no recollection of the theft and leave the shop thanking the elf for showing you his beautiful candles. Outside, you head east again. Right, okay. We lose 2 items from our black. Okay, 5 gold. 280. Further along the street, on the left is another shop. A sign outside reads Ben Borriman, silversmith. Shall we enter the silversmiths or shall we just continue? So continue down the street or enter the silversmith shop. Three, 2 at the moment for enter. 4-2 for enter. And we say goodbye. Welcome by. 4-2 at the moment. 14 in chat, so 8 people haven't voted. But lurkers. We have lurkers. Who is lurking? Some small child with pointy ears helping out. Bang! Don't want to see your candles. So at 4-2 at the moment for entering the silversmith shop. Any more votes? I'm drinking fizzy pop and thus burping rather a lot. You should have written them down, Iman. You should have written them down. Zan Barbone, indeed it was. Keith says enter, so at 5 enters. I think enter's going to win this, isn't it? Yeah. 2-1-3. A man wearing a white apron is sitting at a bench, busily polishing a silver goblet. There are several silver objects in a glass cupboard secured by an iron grill at the back of the shop. You may talk to the silversmith, attack the silversmith, or leave the shop and continue east. So do we talk to him, do we attack him, or do we leave the shop? Richard's on one tonight. 3 for talk, 2 for attack, and 1 for leave so far. So, do we talk to the silversmith? Do we attack the silversmith, or do we leave the shop? Remember, we need to get a silver arrow, and we've been told we can get one from Ben Borriman. This happens to be his shop. We've got 41 gold. Is that enough? We had another vote for talk, so we're at 4 talks, 2 attacks, 1 leave. We're up to 18 people in chat. Now 5 talks. It's 18 people. So 10. Oh, it's yo-yoing. It's bouncing between 14 and 18. I should shut up whenever it goes up to that sort of high level. Hello from the hilt. I notice you have invoked the Nightbot. And Squirrel Hermit says talk. So I say we go with the squirrel because he's taken us to 6 for that. So 6 say talk, 2 for attack, 1 for leave. Well, we are talking to him. You ask Ben Borryman if he has any silver arrows for sale. He replies that he does not, but will make one for you at the cost of 10 gold pieces or 2 magic items. We can afford his price. Turn to 85. He does just say there, if you can afford his price, turn to this. If you can't afford him, turn to another one. So we can afford him. Right, it says, you pay the silversmith and wait patiently while he makes a silver arrow for you. Finally, he presents you with it and assures you it will be completely accurate in flight. You thank him for his trouble and leave his shop. Outside, you set off east once again. So, silver arrow and black pearls. We've got these. There was no choice to not buy the arrow. If you've got enough, you buy it. It's as simple as that. You soon arrive. Hello, Daniel. You soon arrive at the junction. Do we turn north into Tower Street, or do we continue east into Stable Street? North Tower Street or east Stable Street? What did we lose to the elf? We lost 2 items, so I crossed off 2 food and 5 gold. Irresistible arrows indeed. Tower or stable? Tower or stable? So north is tower, east is stable. So we've got 3 votes for north, 1 for east. 4 votes for north, 1 vote for east. The silver arrow. The silver arrows are, well, it's a nickname for the Mercedes Formula 1 team. So I'd argue it's German. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4 north, 2 east. Four north, 2 east at the moment. 5 north, 2 east. Five north, 3 east. It's quite close. Quite close. Any more votes? Is it going to shift to east in the last minute, or are we going to continue north? Okay, I think that takes it to 6-3. And it's not unassailable, but it's almost there. North into Tower Street, 127. Just ahead of you, 3 men are involved in a fight. The 2 younger men appear to be attacking an older man with iron bars. Do we help the old man, or do we avoid the brawling men and continue north? Help the old man, or avoid the fight and just go north? Up to you. Most of us are old men. Richard says avoid. Richard's playing Celtic Evil tonight. We're not thieves, no. We're in the city of thieves, but we're not a thief. We're a hero. Avoid. 2 votes for avoid and quite a few votes for help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for help. And 2 for avoid. Looks like we're helping, doesn't it? Looks like we're helping. 177. You draw your sword and rush to help the old man. He's lying on the ground and the other 2 men are beating him and trying to take his leather bag. You call out and they turn to attack you. Here we go. Remember, we are the red dice. They are the white dice. Those who haven't seen the dice we're using. Oh, it's a 3. 9, 10, but we've got the advantage, so yes, that's a win. 9, 12. We've still won that one 2019, so yeah, we're okay there. 9, 8. 5, 5. We've beaten the first thief. Second thief's got higher skill. 6, 8 is just enough for us to win that one. 7, 9. We're still okay. 6. Yeah, we've won in consecutive rounds. We had a skill advantage of 4 and 3 against them, so that was pretty good. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You walk over to the old man and help him to his feet. He's very grateful and offers to buy you a drink at a nearby tavern. Do we go for a drink, or do we continue with our quest? So do we go for a drink with the grateful old man, or do we continue on our quest? Say no, thank you. Oh, shift myself a little bit. Oh, that's better. Drink, pint, beer. That's 5 drinks with just Squirrel saying nah. 6 drinks. Okay, we are going. Drink. Father Jack voice indeed. Drink. Fuck. Arse, girls. If you've never seen the comedy Father Ted, do so. Do so. It's such a brilliant satire of the Catholic Church. Just made by Irishmen. It's brilliant. Okay. Go for a drink. 325. So you're a racist now, Father? You follow the old man through the swinging doors of the Hog and Frog Tavern. He tells you to sit down at a small table in a corner while he shuffles over to the bar to buy the drinks. There are several shifty-looking characters sitting at nearby tables, but they don't seem interested in you. Soon the old man comes back to the table with 2 wooden mugs filled to the brim with cider. Once seated, he opens his leather bag and places 2 small pots on the table. He opens one and rubs the white cream in the pot on his wounds. He smiles and tells you that he's a chemist by trade, and you too should rub some of the cream on your wounds. You take his advice and are surprised to feel the healing effect of the cream work quickly. There we go, we are fully healed. After finishing your drink, you say goodbye to the chemist, leave the tavern, and head north. Tower Street makes a sharp turn to the right, going east between tall buildings. An iron bridge crosses overhead between two of the buildings, and you see movement on it. Small cloaked people are carrying laden sacks between the buildings, apparently in a great hurry. Do we call out to them, or do we walk under the bridge and continue east? So call out to the people who are crossing the bridge above, or do we just walk under the bridge and continue east? Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. Hey, hey, hey. 1, 2, 3 for walking under, 2 for calling out, 3 for calling out, 3 for walking under, 3 for calling out, 5 for walking under. You're pretty sure this isn't the right path, but hey ho. Okay. Iman's quandary is whether he has an intellect or not. Hence, it's an intellectual quandary. So we're walking under the bridge then. He said, do you speak my language? Tower Street soon ends at a junction where it meets Stable Street running north-south. Decide to go north. To your left, you see a large barn set back from the houses. 2 horses are tied to a post outside the barn, and smoke rises from a crooked chimney on top of its low flat roof. Do we walk through the barn doors, or do we just continue north? A lot of it is Australian slang, isn't it? Ah, it's the accent. Strine. Right, we got 2 votes for bar. 3. Oh, 4, oh, blimey. Richard, you're being ignored again. Oh, Keith's joined Richard. 2, 3, 4, 5 north, 2 barn so far. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4 north, 3 barn. 5 north and 3 barn. Any more votes? 5 north, 3 barn. Any advance on that? Hello, Space Canuck Man. We're at 5 north, 4 barn at the moment. So it's close. The voting is close. There's still 4 lurkers who've not yet cast a vote. Notice Daniel's been quiet. When was the last time Daniel said anything? Oh, he said call out. There we go. Oh, Daniel. Oh, as if by magic, the Daniel appears. Daniel says go north, which means it's 6-4, 12 in chat. There we go. Coming towards you as fast as he's able is a man in tattered rags with a ball and chain attached to his leg. He's exhausted and collapses in your arms. His face is dirty and unshaven. With great difficulty, he manages to speak, saying, "Please cut me free. The town guards are not far behind me. I've been locked in a dungeon for 2 years, but managed to tunnel my way out. I was robbed and unable to pay my taxes, so Lord Azure ordered I should be jailed for 5 years. Please help me." Farther up the street, you hear shouting voices, then armed men come into view. Do we cut through his chains or do we hand him over to the guards? So, cut his chains or hand him over. How much? I don't know how much the reward is. Keith says cut. Freedom! Lots of people want to free him. Richard says hand him over. Richard, you're being so heavily outvoted tonight. Always happens to one person. Usually Manfred. Cut. Okay, we're going to cut his chains. 90. All the pigs are all you know. Give you all that they want. Take the skin and peel it back. But doesn't it make you feel better? That was a piggy themed song. March of the Pigs, 9 Inch Nails. You swing your sword with all your strength and bring it down on the heavy chain. Much to your surprise, it bounces off. Before you have time to try again, you're surrounded by 4 town guards who are pointing their pikes at you. Will you tell them you have caught the escaped prisoner for them, or offer them a bribe to let you and the prisoner go free? So hand over the prisoner, or try to bribe the guards. There were 2 piggy songs on that Nine Inch Nails album. There was March of the Pigs, and there was Piggy. Hey, pig. Nothing can stop me now. Nothing can stop me now. Bribe, hand him over. Bribe, hand him over. Hand him over. Bribe. 3-3 at the moment. Halakar's going for bribe. So at 4 bribe, 3 hand him over. 4-4. This is close. They can't stop me now. Okay. Oh, bribe wins. 187. tell the town guards that you have something special for them if they let the two of you go. They reply that the prisoner is a murderer and you should not help him, but they insist that you bribe them or else you too will be taken to the jail. They say they're interested in any of the following items: magic armor, magic rings, or magic potions. Do we give them one of the items that they require, or do we not have any of these items? We do, but do we give them an item, or do we say no? Armor, rings, or potions? Don't give them anything. We have to fight some guards. Give them. Okay. Fight. Right. Right. Okay. 3, 4, 1. You decide that you're going to have to make a run for it or risk being put in jail. You take 5 gold pieces out of your backpack and throw them on the floor. The guards bend down to pick them up and you run north as fast as you can. As you run off, the escaped murderer starts to yell and 2 of the guards chase after you. In an alleyway to your left, you see a large open barrel which you dive into. You hear the guards run past, but you wait a few minutes before climbing out of the barrel. Looking up and down Stable Street, all is clear. Once more, you set off north. Okay, we've escaped them. We've lost 5 gold pieces. So there's an option to fight them. But on the right side, the houses are separated from the street by a wooden fence with shrubs, trees, bushes, and flowers behind it. There's a turnstile in the middle of the fence, by the entry of which is a sign saying "Public Gardens, entry fee 1 gold piece." Do we go into the gardens or do we keep on walking? Go into the gardens or keep on walking? Charles Halakar. Did I? Oh, oops, oopsie daisy. I've just accidentally stopped presenting that. I think I did a Halakar one. Bear with me. I think I did a Halakar one. Can't remember if I did or not. There we go. I always think Halakar's from Texas for some reason. I don't know. So we're saying garden, are we? Okay. Going into the garden. 370. You place the coin in the slot. Can't see my sheet properly now because the light is not really. There we are, it's better. You place the coin in the slot and walk through the turnstile. Although the flowers and shrubs are not outstanding, you are nevertheless surprised to see such a place exists in Port Blacksand. The gardens are not very large, extending back some 60 metres to where some houses back onto them. There are 2 paths to follow, one of which runs around the edge of the gardens and one that leads directly into the centre, where there's some topiary. Each shrub has been cut into the shape of an animal, and you decide to take a closer look. The path leads into a small paved area, surrounded by the animal-shaped shrubs. In the middle, there is a stone plinth upon which sits a large earthen bowl containing lotus flowers. There is a painted sign which reads, "Do not pick the flowers." The gardener is nowhere to be seen and nobody else is about. Do we risk picking one of the flowers, or do we leave the gardens and continue north? There is a picture of this. There we are. There we go. It's just that one. Sure Piglet says bless you. Becky says thank you. Four for pick, nobody for leave. Pick it, but be warned. So 5 for pick, none for leave. I think we're picking, aren't we? From the hill says, wait a minute. Wait for what? Daniel says leave. Palmetto. Hello, Palmetto. You've crept in. Palmetto says pick. Okay, so it looks like we're picking. No option to wait a minute. As you pluck one of the flowers, you hear a noise of rustling leaves. 3 of the animal-shaped hedges have uprooted themselves and are closing in on you. Do we have a ring of fire? No, we don't. We haven't fallen into the burning ring of fire. You draw your sword to defend yourself against the advancing leaf beasts. They all attack you at once, seemingly trying to crush and smother you. Treat the leaf beasts as a single creature. They're weak. They are weak. 9, 8, 6. Ooh. Oh, that's 5, 8. 16, so it's 16, 14 totals. Yeah, we've beaten them easy. If you win, you run back to the turnstile, still clutching the lotus, and make your getaway into Stable Street. We have our lotus flower that we needed. I can't find my pencil. We needed a lotus flower. Turn to 133. We just need a tattoo and hag's hair, I think now. The street ends at a junction with Mill Street, which runs east and west along the city wall. Looking east, you see a group of town guards marching towards you. You decide to walk quickly west along Mill Street. On your left, you see a narrow lane, and ahead you see a young lad coming towards you, pushing a barrow laden with fruit. Do we walk down the lane, or do we wish to buy some fruit from the barrow boy? We haven't got a ring of fire, no. We've got a ring of invisibility that hasn't proved to be useful. So do we buy some fruit from the barrow boy, or do we just continue walking? There's plenty of adventures, Straw Piglet, with killer shrubs. First time I encountered killer plants was in B3, the Palace of the Silver Princess. But other adventures with killer plants. UK1, there's definitely some in that. There's some killer plants in UK2. There's killer plants in I1. In Killer topiary? Yeah, no, not really. Fruit, no fruit. Continue. Buy fruit. So at 4-3 for buying some fruit at the moment. Thing is, we don't need to restore any stamina or luck. We are at our maximums. But I'm sure Castle Amber must have had some killer plants. Must have done. I thought the Isle of Dread would have as well, but I don't remember any on there. Oh, you off to beddy, boys, are you? It's late where you are, Manfred. Nearly midnight there now. We need no fruit. Revote. So you changing your mind takes us to 4-3. Oh no, you already didn't want fruit. We're at 4-3 towards buying fruit at the moment. And remember, it is a democracy. Are you playing tomorrow, Manfred? Oh, you're trying to change everybody else's mind. Keith says leave the fruits. That takes us to 4-4. Piggy by what? Piggy by Nine Inch Nails bouncing around my head now. You're saying no fruit. Right. That puts us to 5-4 then. So I hadn't got your vote there. So 5-4 against buying fruit. What have you missed? You had to step out to buy those. That was the law, was it? It is Friday night, I suppose, but you had to step out to buy some booze. We're choosing whether to buy some fruit or not. And the general consensus is no at the moment. We're at 5-4 with From the Hilt not caring. So we're not going to buy fruit, I think. So we walk down the lane, 182. The lane ends at a small shop. On the glass pane door is painted a sign, Jimmy Quicktint, best tattooist in town. A tiny bell rings as you push the door open, and a fat man wearing purple silk smiles in greeting. You are surprised to see that his arms, hands, feet, and even his face are completely covered in colourful tattoos. He grins and says, "Practice what you preach." You tell him that you require a yellow sun to be tattooed on your forehead with a white unicorn at the centre of it. He replies that it is a simple task, but it will cost you 10 gold pieces. There is a picture of him. Let me get the picture. On our forehead, yes. Is that the picture? No, that's not the picture. There he is. Got him. That's him. That's this fella. We can afford it, which is marvellous. Leaving us with 15 gold pieces. 279. He takes the money and motions you to sit down on a wooden stool. After a long and painful process of repeatedly pricking your forehead with a sharp needle, he applies the indelible inks. You look in a mirror on the wall and find your new appearance somewhat strange. You shrug your shoulders and leave the shop, then walk back up the lane and turn left into Mill Street. Yeah, Nightbot doesn't ban people anymore. I slapped Nightbot on its bot. Walking towards you along the street are two huge guards wearing the black uniform of Lord Azure. As they get closer, you see that they are trolls, brutal mercenaries employed by Lord Azure as Imperial elite guards. To your right, there is a tree which reaches almost to the top of the city wall. Do we risk walking past the trolls, or do we climb the tree in order to get over the wall? Where's my troll picture? There they are. Walk past them, climb the tree, climb the tree. We still haven't got any hag's hair. So I think we've missed the hag's hair. So I think we're going to be in trouble here. I don't know where we get hag's hair from. So we've got climb it, walk past, walk past, walk past. So 3 walk past, 2 climb. From the hag, yeah, we haven't met a hag, have we? Does anyone know where the hag is? The woman with the soup? That's a long way back. From your ex-wife. That's a Daniel comment. His 2 ex-wives. So 3 are saying walk past, 4 are saying walk past now, 2 reckon we climb the tree. So we're leaning towards walking past. So have we lost then? Have we lost? If we lost, we'll go back to 216 and recommence. That was our save point. Yes, we are dead. Right. Break the rules and backtrack. I'm going to take us back to that decision. Because I want to finish this book. We killed that goblin. Head east along Clog Street, 317. I just want to get us to the junction. Keep on past. Ben Borryman, yeah, done Ben Borryman. What was that? Here we go. Right. You soon arrive at a junction. If you wish to turn north to Tower Street, tell me. Otherwise, we'll go east to Stable Street. So, Tower Street or Stable Street? I think this is the decision we got wrong. So, chat, which way? Which way? We've already failed at this book about 5 or 6 times. North takes us to Tower Street, which is the way we went last time. East takes us to Stable Street, which is the way we didn't go. East, yeah, okay. I thought so. Right. 2, 4, 6. We've not been this way before. As you walk warily down the narrow cobbled street, you are suddenly confronted by a little old man who dashes out of one of the houses. He pulls a dirty bottle out of a canvas bag. As he speaks, you can't help staring at the large wart on his nose with its tuft of hair. He smiles and asks if you would like to pay 2 gold pieces for a drink of his wonderful healing potion. Do we pay him for a drink, or do we keep going east? We need to find some hag's hair, Chris. It's the one thing we haven't got. 2 gold pieces for a drink of that, or continue east. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Ignore. Okay. Ignore. Right. Fair enough. In the middle of the street, you see a large manhole cover. Do we lift the manhole cover to see where it leads to, or do we keep walking east? Manhole cover, or keep going east? In today's politically correct society, we should say person hole cover. Then it becomes somewhat perverse. No, Straw Piglet. No, 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 no. So we're lifting the manhole cover. The hole. Fire in the hole. 48. There is an iron ladder secured to the rim of a hole descending into a tunnel below. It is dark and a very unpleasant smell rises up from below. Do we climb down the ladder, or do we replace the manhole cover and continue east? Climb down, or decide not to. Those are your choices. Go. Climb down. Down. We're going down. 3, 2, 1. At the bottom of the ladder, you realise, much to your disgust, that you are standing in a sewer. There are torches along the tunnel wall, giving a very dim light, and droplets of water make eerie sounds as they fall into the sewage water. Do we walk north along the tunnel, or do we walk south? North or south? And while you're deciding, I'm going to get myself another drink. So you decide north or south. I'll be back in a minute with a drink. Have we ever finished these books on the first try? Yes, we finished Forest of Doom on the first try, and we finished Beowulf on the first try. Forest of Doom was a little bit disappointing. Beowulf was really good though, because I think you're meant to finish that. It wasn't hard. It was a long, very evocative book. One of the best books we played, to be honest. North, south, north, 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 north. Yeah, Forest of Doom is a bit bland. Did that first time through. North, 356. Ahead of you, the sound of squealing and frantic splashing. Long shadows are cast by moving objects coming towards you. Then you see the sleek, glistening shapes of 3 giant rats only a few meters from you. You draw your sword hastily and fight each of the rats in turn. Rats in the sewer. That's no shock. Have I got a picture of these? No. Don't think I've got a picture of the rats. There is a picture in the book. Oh, look, a picture of a hag. Seen him. Don't think we met him. No. Oh, I'll show you the picture here instead. There you go. 3 giant rats. I haven't played any of the TSR adventure books on the stream. I played them years and years and years ago. I don't own any of them anymore. I've no real urge to get them back. But I think Christopher's read some of them on his channel. Right, we're fighting the rats. They are skill 4 or 5, so they're really, really easy. Only if we get an extreme reversal on the dice will they hurt us. And that hasn't happened yet. It's got to be a really, really extreme reversal. 2 rats dead. Ooh. Oh. Well, double 1 for us and double 2 for them. That's fine. That's not enough for them to hurt us. 5-9. Even with me rolling a 5 and then rolling a 9. Let me show you the picture again. We've beaten them easily if you went and turned to 28. While you were fighting the giant rats, you thought you saw someone or something skulking in the shadows ahead. Do we continue further north along the tunnel, or do we turn back and go back to the entrance? I don't think I've ever played Return to Brookmere. I played Pillars of Pentagon. I played the the Snow and Ice one, whatever that one is. I played about 5 or 6 of them when I pretty much first began playing D&D. But I never owned any. I borrowed them. Keep on. It's the hag. Get her. I saw you'd been reading them. But you don't normally stream at a time when I'm awake. So oh well. I sometimes, if you stream in the middle of the night, I've seen you streaming when I've arrived at work, and I've chimed in when you've been playing games. So it happens with me though. I miss a lot of people's streams because you're streaming at sort of 8, 9, 10 o'clock your time, and I'm already in bed by then. Okay, we're following the hag. I'm assuming it's the hag. 267. With your sword still dripping with the blood of the rats, you walk further north along the tunnel. The ledge you're walking along is narrow and slippery, and you have to tread carefully so as not to fall into a slow-flowing sewage channel. The tunnel gradually bends around to the right, and as you follow it round, the silence is suddenly shattered by the sound of running feet and a wailing scream. Coming at you, wild-eyed and with flailing arms and contorted face, uttering demon sorcery, is a white-haired old woman dressed in rags. She is a hag. And I do have this picture. Let's find it. There we are. There's our haggy friend. Do you possess a potion of mind control? Yes, we do. This is what it asks us here. It says, do you possess a potion of mind control? Yes, we do. So turn to 82. Guessing this is where we use it. Before the hag can complete her spell, you reach into your backpack and take out the bottle containing the potion. You gulp down the liquid and feel its effects immediately. The hag is still mouthing her vile sorcery, but you cannot hear her. Safe from her evil, you draw your sword and step forward. You grab hold of her matted hair and cut a clump from her head. She writhes and kicks and spits at you. At this close range, you can see fresh blood on her face. No doubt she could not wait to cook some of the rats she had killed. Despite your repulsion, you're excited about having gained one of the items necessary to defeat the Night Prince. You throw the hag into the sewer and walk back to the entrance hole. No, we're not going to buy a dinner. Okay, back at the entrance hole, you may either climb up the ladder to the street in order to continue east, or shall we try the south passage of the sewer? So south in the sewer or leave the sewer. Those are your choices. Warts backwards is straw. So Piglet. Warts Piglet. Daniel's enjoying his time in the sewer. He wants to head south, but 2 votes for leaving the sewer. Sarf. 2-2 at the moment. Indeed. Warts Telgip or Teljip. 3-2 now for leave. Teljip Warts. A quick rundown. Well, yeah, we haven't picked up the lotus flower yet on this one, but I will assume that's what we're going to do, and then just sort of continue from there. So we went back and we've currently got the black pearls, the silver arrow, and the hag's hair. Just got to remember what we did to get the other stuff. And then I'm going to assume we did exactly the same. No, I don't want Teljip Warts either. We're voting 3-2 for leaving at the moment. Any more votes? There we go. Lee's voting for leave. Takes us to 4-2. Can't see that changing. Sorry, Daniel. We're not going to look for your ex-wife in the Southern Sewers. 205. After replacing the manhole cover, you set off east again. Everything seems a little too quiet and you begin to feel nervous. Ahead you can see that Stable Street turns sharply to the left. Do we walk around that corner, or do we go back to the junction and turn right into Tower Street? So continue. I'm going to assume it all happens the same. In fact, once we get to a point that we've been to before, I'm going to jump straight to the troll encounter, which makes sense. So, do we walk around the corner, staying on Stable Street, or do we go back to the junction and turn into Tower Street instead? Those are your choices. No, let's not meet Daniel's ex. Daniel's told us all sorts of stories. Two votes for going back to Tower Street. Three votes going back to Tower Street. 4 votes for Tower. Everyone's saying Tower. 5 Tower now. Okay. 127. Okay. This is the bit where you have the brawl with the old man. Right, no, where you help the old man, and he takes you to the bar and heals you up. Then we skip forward. Go under the bridge, avoiding the people. As soon as I see the picture of the trolls, I'll jump there, but I haven't seen it yet. Going north. Ignoring the barn. How can we see chats vanishing? I don't know. Are chats vanishing? Shouldn't be. No one's saying any poopy words. Town guard. Continue on Stable Street. Chat shouldn't be vanishing. Ah. You removed a message because you made a spelling error. This isn't your English exam. Public Gardens. Did that. We didn't buy any fruit from the Barrow Boy. Walk down the lane. This is where we got our tattoo done. Then we had the tattoo done. $279. Mill Street. So, yeah, you're making them disappear. Is that what it is? Okay. Right, here we go. We're back at the trolls. Back at the trolls. So, let's get their picture up. And we got this. Right. Walking towards you along the street are 2 huge guards wearing the black uniform of Lord Azure. As they get closer, you see that they are trolls, brutal mercenaries employed by Lord Azure as Imperial elite guards. To your right, there is a tree which reaches almost to the top of the city wall. Do we risk walking past the trolls, or do we climb the tree in order to get over the wall? There we go. So we're back at that choice. I'll let you re-vote on that. See you in a bit then, Chris. So 2 votes for tree, 3 for walking past. Two votes for tree, 4 for walking past. 3 votes for tree, 4 for walking past. I have got 2 appointed moderators on the channel, Elfbait and Saxius. I've never seen them moderate anything, but they're allowed to. I don't know what they can do, whether they can... I think they can delete comments. But I don't know. Oh, yeah. You can trust me. They're moderators for different reasons. I mean, Elfbait's just one of the nicest people on the planet, so he's an ideal moderator. He'll be very gentle with you. Saxius is evil, but he's lawful evil. He abides by rules. Rules are there to be enforced. I joke about Saxius, but he's a good one. He's a good one. And he's a lot of fun as a DM as well. Saxius is a lot of fun. We often go on about the game we played with him, and yes, we did mess him about a bit, but he took it all in good spirit and improvised very well around our shenanigans. But if you're running a game in a convention and 3 of your sign-ups are Gingerbeard, the Old Geek, and General Nut, be afraid. Be very afraid. Hello, Jeb. Hello, Jeb. No, we haven't died yet. Well, we reloaded a saved position because we knew we'd missed something. So we didn't die. Well, we did. It counts as another failure, but we went back to a safe place. Oh, thank you, Richard. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you indeed. You're a good one, a generous man. Well, the thing is, were they chickens of invisibility, or did goblins just believe they were? Yeah, my clutch is repaired. And the mechanic believes he found out what was wrong with my turbo as well. It looks like I don't need a new turbo. Fingers crossed. There was a pipe that come off under the engine, so it wasn't getting the air into the turbo as efficiently as it should, which is why it wasn't opening properly. So I put my foot down to test it, and it went brum. So right, so we're walking past the trolls. 290. I'll have to look out for that. He's showing me which pipe it is. It might, if the turbo is blowing that pipe, loose, then I'll have to keep an eye on that. But it's certainly running smoother and with more oomph than it did when I bought it. So I'm wondering if it was loose when I bought it. Still, it cost me enough to get the clutch sorted. Right, you try to walk nonchalantly past the trolls, but they suspect something odd about you and call you over to them. They ask you where you live, and you reply you're in Port Blacksand on a trading mission. The trolls laugh scornfully and ask to see your pass. Have we got a merchant's pass? No, we haven't. 335. Should we have got a merchant's pass from somewhere? The larger of the two trolls tells you you are under arrest for being in Port Blacksand without authorization. He tells you he's feeling generous, however, and offers you a choice. You can pay a fine of all the gold in your backpack and be thrown out of the city, or spend a year with rats and cockroaches in a dirty dungeon cell. The other troll bursts out laughing, saying, Generous. Sour-belly, you've got such a sense of humour. Do we pay the fine and be thrown out of the city, or do we resist arrest? You think that passes right at the start? So 2 votes for fine, one for resist. 2 votes for fine, 3 for resist. We get thrown out if we pay, yes. Resist. 1, 2. Get kicked out. 2 get kicked out, 1 for resist. 2, 3. Well, it looks like we're resisting at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for resist, 3 for pay the fine so far. Resist arrest, 73. You draw your sword and stand ready to fight the trolls. They seem pleased that you're going to give them a chance to practice their beloved sport of killing humans, and advance towards you swinging their battle axes. Sour-belly snarls and says, Stand back, fat nose. Let me deal with this dog alone. Fight them one at a time. Seven, 5. Well, these have got lots of stamina. So 7-5 is a win for us. We've got fractionally more skill than them. 5-7, we lose that. If we win this, I'm going to use our remaining food to make sure we heal. 4-5 is a tie. 6-7 is a tie. 3-4 is a tie. 6-5 is a win for us. This could be quite close, actually. 6-7, a tie. Lots of ties. 8-6, a win for us. 9-10. Oh, no, it's not 9, it's 12. 12-10. We won that one. 9-7. Yeah, we're turning this around. One more hit. 10-11. That's a tie. A lot of ties. 11-6. Okay. Now we're on to the weaker one, fat nose. 10-3, a win. 5-7, a tie. 9-11, a tie. So we've got 2 better skill than him. 6-8, a tie. 8-7, that's a win. 7-7, a win. 9-5, a win. 8-9, a win by 1. There we go. There we go. Lots of very average dice there, but that suited us. Turned to 110. Good XP for killing 2 trolls. Your fight attracted a group of onlookers. Some of the beggars even cheered when you cut down old Sourbelly, but one sly-looking character sloped off with the obvious intention of finding more guards. It's dangerous to stay here any longer, so you run off west along Mill Street. Our high skill helped us there. Behind you comes the sound of running feet. You look round to see a group of town guards chasing after you. As you stop to think where to run next, a boy runs out of a house and shouts, "Follow me!" You have no better plan in mind, so you run after him. The boy races down to the bottom of Mill Street and turns left into Goose Street. He stops at a cart laden with hay and starts to talk frantically to a kind-faced old man, saying, "Uncle, uncle, this brave person killed Sourbelly. We must help him to escape." The old man speaks calmly to the boy, saying, "Indeed, we owe our friend a favour. Quick, jump into the cart." You climb into the cart and cover yourself with hay and lie completely motionless as you hear the running guards approach. They stop to speak to the old Thatcher, but he sends them running off down Goose Street. After they are gone, he whispers to you that he will take you to safety. You hear him climb onto... Oh, there's a picture. There's a picture. There's a picture. Have I got the cart picture? Don't think I have. No. Don't see the cart picture. I'm going to have to show you this one, aren't I? Okay. That's the us following the young boy towards the cart. Let's bring up that picture again. You hear him climb onto the cart and urge his horse into a slow trot. The cart bounces noisily on the cobbled street, but you feel comfortable in the hay. The cart stops and starts a few times, and you hear questioning voices. About half an hour later, the cart stops again, and the Thatcher calls out, "You can come out now." You poke your head out of the hay and are surprised to see that you're on the edge of a wood. To the west, you can see the daunting shape of Port Blacksand. You jump out of the cart and thank the Thatcher for his trouble. He says goodbye to you and wheels his cart around to return to Port Blacksand. Do you have all the items required to slay the Night Prince, and have you been tattooed? Yes, we have. This art is by, yes, Ian McCaig. Following Nicodemus's map, you start your long walk north to the guarded tower of Zanbarbone, the Night Prince. You walk through woods and fields and are able to relax a little in the pleasant countryside and breathe the fresh air with its wonderful scents. As the light fades, you decide to camp under a huge elm tree and cook a meal of stewed rabbit and mushrooms before settling down to a long, deep sleep. In the morning, you look around for a yew tree and cut a long branch from it with which to make a bow to fire the silver arrow. As you test the bow's accuracy, you are suddenly aware of a white dove sitting on a low branch nearby. There is a small piece of paper attached to its foot, which it lets you remove without flying off. There's a message on the paper which reads, "Dear friend, I'm afraid I must be getting too old to be of use to anybody. I regret that I have misinformed you about the compound needed to kill Zambar Bone. You must use only 2 of the 3 ingredients I told you, but I cannot remember which 2. I can only suggest that you try hag's hair and black pearls together, or hag's hair and lotus flower together, or the black pearls and lotus flower together. Apologies. Good luck. N. You throw the message on the ground and curse. You change your mind a dozen times before making a decision. Finally, you make your choice and grind the 2 ingredients together on a flat stone. Okay, I think you've got to make a choice here. Right. You've got to decide. Pearl and lotus. Hags and pearl, or hags and lotus. It's up to chat to decide. Iman says hag's hair and lotus flower. We're going for hair and flower. 3 people saying hair and flower so far. 4 go for hag and lotus. Lee reckons we're on the D3. I got a 1. I think I've read out hag and lotus as 3, so everyone else has voted hag and lotus. So is that the name of a pub, the Hag and Lotus? So we've gone for hag and lotus. Okay. You place the compound in a leather pouch, hoping you have made the correct decision. Then you set off again, but it is not long before your surroundings become less welcoming. The trees are twisted or stunted. There are no birds to be heard. You must be approaching the domain of the Night Prince. Suddenly to your left you hear rustling and grunting in the bushes. It is a wandering monster, which has been attracted by your scent. Roll a d6. 4. It's a pygmy. Fight this creature. Okay, we're fighting a pygmy. Could have had a cave troll, which would have been quite nasty. But against a pygmy, we're going to absolutely slaughter it. Yeah. It had 4 skill. It's like a 5th level fighter against 1 goblin. 138. 283. Yeah. It says if you fought the ape man, turn to something, but we didn't. There was nothing useful to be found on the dead creatures. He decided to press on northwards. I wonder what the ape man might have had. You walk all day until you reach the hill shown on Nicodemus's map, upon which the Night Prince's tower stands. All is quiet, and there is an unpleasant smell of decay in the air. Shadows start to creep along the ground as the moon rises into the night sky, and you see the foreboding silhouetted shape of Zambar Bone's tower pointing up into the sky like a black finger. You check all your possessions before drawing your sword and marching towards the arched wooden entrance door. Suddenly you hear a shrill howl and swing round to see 2 pairs of eyes staring at you. They belong to moon dogs, Zambar Bone's trained killer hounds. Fight them one at a time. I've got a D7. I've got a set of DCC dice. Yes, you can get D7s. D14s as well in there. D3, D7, D14, D16 I think as well. There's definitely a D24. Yep, and a D30. We're fighting 7, 8. This one's got skill 9 to our 11, so that's a hit for us. The second one's going to be tougher though. 10, 4. That's good. Dice like us at the moment. 10, 8. Getting the high rolls now. 6, 5. 10, 3. First one swept away. The second one, though, has an identical skill to us. So this is a 50-50 fight, but we've got a lot more stamina. So wish us luck. 3, 4. We lose. 2, 5. We lose again. I don't know. Some clever magic of some sort. 7, 7. A tie. 3, 9. Okay. That's 3 losses and a tie we've had against this one so far. Come on, dice. That's better. 7, 6. 5, 11. That's not good. 8, 8. A tie. 6, 4. Good. I'm glad we've got a lot of health because this is hurting. 3, 8. We lose again. 8, 6. Yes. 8, 8. A tie. 9, 6. Good. One more hit. One more hit. Yes. There we go. Can we say them? Can we say them? They've slid down, haven't they? It's 9, 8. 9, 8. If you win, yes. Turn to 2, 5, 9. I'm going to eat some provisions, though. Because that hurt. 2, 5, 9. Before I do that, I'm just going to try and dig out these dice. Oh, that's a weird D12 with different sides. That's a D100. Hello, Slam. Here we go. Here's the bag with the other dice in. Oh, it's a different D8. What's this one? That's a D5. That's a 6-sided D3, which I quite like. That's a D60. The other ones have all fallen out in the bag. So I'm not going to be able to find them very easily. Okay. A checkpoint here. That's fine. Yeah, we can checkpoint here. No worries. Chat's gone to the dogs in your absence. Right. Anyway, we've used food. We've healed some health because that dog fight took a lot out of us. 259. 259 can be our save point. I'm going to write that down. We will finish this book because simple as that. Simple as that. It's got to be finished. You wipe the blood from your sword and walk to the wooden door. You try the handle, but it is locked. Have we got a skeleton key? No, we haven't. Otherwise, you may either pull on a cord hanging down in front of the door or attempt to... Okay, here's our options. Pull the cord hanging down from the door or attempt to charge the door open with our shoulder. Pull the cord or charge the door. Those are your choices. Is Palmetto off? Son is home from uni for the weekend. Well, have fun. Have fun. Cheers, Palmetto. If you get one of those, make sure you've got a dice tray, because they roll forever. Oh no, that is a D12. I thought that was a D11. D12. Okay, so three for pulling the pulley, or 2 for charging the door at the moment. Those are what you're voting for? Any more want to choose? Pull the cord or charge the door? I hope not having the skeleton key hasn't killed us. Sorry for rustling. Okay. So 4 for cord. Okay. 4-2. 4-2 is enough. You hear a bell ring on the other side of the door, and a few minutes later the door is opened by a thin, pale-skinned man with dark, hollow eyes who is wearing a servant's uniform. In a cold, hissing voice, he says, "Yes?" Do we tell him we're a lost traveller, or do we attack him with our sword? Tell him we're a lost traveller, or attack him with our sword. Those are our choices. We're a lost traveller. Sword lost. Lost. Thank you, Christopher. I need to practice my voices. I do need to practice my voices. Five for lost traveller, 1 for attack with sword. So lost traveller's 1 here. Okay. 339. I've never been this far into the book, so the man looks at you and smiles, saying, "We don't get many visitors in these parts, but I'm sure my master would wish you to have a room for the night. Do come in." He steps back, and you follow him into a beautiful marble-floored hallway. There are portraits and shields hanging on the walls, and a spiral staircase leads up to the floor above. He asks you to follow him up the staircase and offers to carry your backpack for you, which you allow him to do. You can see that the staircase winds its way all the way to the top of the tower, but the man steps off at the first floor and walks along the landing to a door. He opens it and walks into a large room, placing your backpack on a made-up bed. He tells you that this is your room for the night and walks out, telling you that you'll meet his master at breakfast. If you wish to lock the door and go to bed, say so. Or do we explore the tower after waiting for a few minutes? So do we lock the door and go to bed, or do we go out exploring? Oh. Jeb's leading the way. Everyone else has followed him straight away with explore. And say Jeb's being inquisitive, but everyone's being inquisitive. 5, 6. Yeah, we're exploring, aren't we? We're exploring. Wait and explore. 77. I'm a creep. You walk quietly back to the staircase and climb up to the second floor. Again, there is a door at the end of the landing. Do we open this door, or do we climb up to the third floor? So, do we go into the room on the second floor, or do we go further up? Come on, chat. Get it right now. Oh, what? Blimey. 3 for entering the room. 5 going for the room, and just Iman saying going up to the third floor. But you've been outvoted, Iman. You've been outvoted. Looks like we're going for this door, doesn't it? Doesn't it, chaps? $292. Is that an auto correct? Changing Iman's name to Oman. You walk into a lavishly furnished room containing objets d'art and curios. Standing before you is a young woman dressed in a black silk gown. She has long black hair and bright red lips. She smiles and motions you to sit down in one of the armchairs. You refuse to sit down, only too aware that she is one of Zambar Bone's servants. She walks towards you, open-armed, as though she is about to embrace you. And when she smiles again, you see 2 fang-like teeth, which could only belong to a vampire. Do we have any garlic? Yes, we do. We have garlic. 254. A horrified look spreads across the vampire's face when she sees the clove of garlic in your hand. She retreats into a corner of the room, trying to escape the pungent smell, which negates her blood-sucking powers. Oh, I forgot to show you the picture of her. There's a picture of that lovely young lady. There she is. You back out of the room, taking the key to the door with you, and lock it from the outside. You then run over to the staircase and climb the stairs to the next floor. As long as you share it. Nice bit of tzatziki. You climb up to the third floor and see another door at the end of the landing. Do we wish to open this door, or shall we climb up to the next floor? So, at the third floor, do we open the door on the third floor, or do we continue climbing? Up to you. Keep climbing, keep climbing. Climb. Keep climbing, climbing, climbing. Okay, no more biting ladies. Okay, 65. On the next floor, there are two doors adjacent to one another on the landing. One is painted white and the other black. Suddenly a voice calls out from nowhere saying, "Oh, foolish adventurer, why do you even consider it a remote possibility that you can defeat me, the almighty Sandbar Bone? I am following your every move, but you do not know where I am." What do we do? Do we open the white door? Do we open the black door? Or do we carry on up the stairs? Black, white, or climb? Pass not these portals, ye foolish mortals. Everyone seems to think the white door is going to be nice. If it was a green door, we could sing some rock and roll. Daniel goes for black. Everybody else goes for white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white, 1 black. Good song. I'm thinking of the song Green Door, which is a hit in the 50s, I believe. What sort of racy movie, Slan? Okay, white door it is. 319. You enter a room which is dark and very cold. The walls and floor are made of rough stone, and the room is empty, except for a decorated sarcophagus. There is a strong musty smell in the air. Do we open the sarcophagus, or do we walk outside again? Open the sarcophagus, or walk outside again? Have I got this piece of artwork saved? Is that it? No. No, 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 I haven't got this piece of artwork saved. Okay, I'll show you it then. It's the name of a 70. Okay, right. Okay, behind the green door. Right. Okay. I'm just thinking of the. I'm being clean here. Thinking of the rock and roll song, Green Door. Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones is a great record. Are we opening the sarcophagus? From a pig it says leave, but everybody else. Okay, everybody else is saying open it. Okay. 352. You lift the lid of the sarcophagus and see a human body completely encased in old bandages. The light, although dim, has disturbed the sleep of a mummy, and it sits up, turning its head from side to side. It senses where you are and starts to climb out of its sarcophagus. It walks towards you with its arms extended. Right, okay. If you have a lantern, you may throw it at the mummy. We have got a lantern. 166. Do you want to fight it or throw a lantern at it? That's our choice. Fight it or throw a lantern at it. Fight the mummy or throw a lantern at it. Throw the lantern, throw the lantern. Fight the mummy. Oh, lantern. There we go. Yep. Lantern. Throw a lantern at the mummy. Yes, we do have a lantern. We don't anymore because we were throwing it. We've used that. There's our lantern. Yep. We use the garlic. Tossy. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. The lantern breaks on impact with the mummy and covers it with burning oil. Flames spread along the dry bandages, and the mummy is soon consumed by fire. Do we inspect the open sarcophagus, or do we leave the room immediately? So, do we loot the sarcophagus, or do we leave? Burning down the house. Fight fire with fire. Talking Heads, that wasn't it? I think it was. Inspect. Disco Inferno. If you ever played Dungeon Keeper and you built yourself a casino and you had a jackpot winner, go to the casino and they're all dancing to Disco Inferno. Right. Inspect the open sarcophagus. 163. Yes, Talking Heads, yes. Thought it was. The sarcophagus contains a gold ring which has an eye etched into its top. You have found the long-lost ring of the golden eye, fabled for its ability to allow its wearer to detect illusions. Okay, add 2 luck points, we're already at maximum, and leave the room. Hello, Justin. How are you on this fine evening? We've nearly finished. Outside on the landing, you may either enter the black door or walk up the stairs to climb to the next floor. Black door or climb up the stairs. Your choice. Justin, Justin always make the right choices. Back door, stairs. Stairs. Black door. 3 for the black door, 2 for the stairs so far. Three. 3 stairs, 3 black door. We're almost at the end. Back door. Are you watching films again? Looks like we're going for the black door. 96. 96. You open the door and enter a room which is adorned with macabre objects and paintings. A black cat is sitting in front of a table covered in black cloth. 2 black candles are burning on either side of a mirror on the far wall. On the table lies an open chest containing a golden skull. What do we do? Walk over to the chest, or close the door and walk back to the staircase and climb up to the next floor? So do we investigate this chest, or do we climb up the stairs? Because, of course, a golden skull is going to be absolutely fine, isn't it? 2 for closed door and stairs. Yeah. Slan wants to investigate. There's XP here. We're at 3-1 at the moment, though. 4-1. 5-1. There's a chest. Put your head in it. When you play D&D, Justin, or whatever game you like to play, how many of your characters die very quickly? Just asking. No, Justin, you were just imagining a chest. I've now got 2 characters at level 2 in OSC. Yogi, my dwarf fighter, and Psilocybin, my human druid. Both level 2. Just going to get Blag to level 2 now, and Albertus. Then I'll be happy. Okay, so we're leaving. 197. On the next landing, there's a door with a black tower carved in ebony attached to it. There's also a black suit of armor standing outside the door. Will we inspect the suit of armor? Inspect the suit of armor, open the door, or carry on up the stairs? Yes, Psilocybin is my druid. Of course he is. He is indeed a fungi. Up the stairs. Inspect the armor. Knock down the armor. Not an option, sadly. I'd normally have finished the stream by now, but we are so close to the end, I'm going to go to the end of the book. All right. People seem to want to have a little look at this armor. I've encountered psilocybin before. A couple of times. Okay, we're inspecting the armor. 301. There's a battle axe held in the iron-plated glove of the armor. Do we take the battle axe, or do we push the suit of armor onto the floor to make sure it's not a booby trap? Those are the choices. Take the battle axe, or push the suit of armor onto the floor to make sure it's not a booby trap. Pushing it is checking for traps. Four push, 2 axe so far. Any more voters? Any more voters? My wife is snoring. If you hear a low growl, it's coming from my wife. Don't be afraid. For a small lady, she makes a big noise when she sleeps. So we're pushing it over. Okay. 185. She's asleep. She won't notice. She doesn't watch my streams. The suit of armor breaks up as it crashes onto the floor. It is no threat to you, and you may either open the door in front of you or walk back to the staircase and climb up to the next floor. Okay, there we go. We're fine. So, up the stairs or open the door. Those are your choices. Be terrified. Upstairs. Yeah, it looks like the axe vanished. Stairs. Door. So 4 stairs, 1 door so far. 4 stairs, 1 door. 5 stairs, 1 door. It is indeed a quantum axe. Yeah. Up. Right. Yeah. Stairs are winning. 207. The staircase ends at a door. You turn the handle slowly and the door opens, much to your surprise, into open air. You walk outside onto the flat roof of the tower. Suddenly you are aware of movement in the sky and look up to see 2 large birds in the moonlight with long beaks and talons swooping down on you. There's no time to run for cover, and you must fight the Death Hawks, which have skill of 4, so they're really weak. Watch how quickly we destroy them. We've got 7 skill more than them, so The odds of them winning even a single round of combat are minuscule. 3-1-4. We win. You sit down to rest and plan what to do next. As you slump down on the cold stone floor, you inadvertently knock over a glass jar you hadn't seen before, which rolls against the wall and shatters. From the broken jar, a small man, some 15 centimeters high, steps out and walks over to you. He looks up at you, with his hands on his hips, and in a barely audible voice says, "Thank you very much. I've been trapped in that infernal jar for the last 100 years. Now how can I repay you?" Do we ask him the whereabouts of Zambar Bone, or do we ask him if we can heal some of our wounds? I have two choices: the whereabouts of Zambar Bone, or ask him to heal our wounds. We only need to heal 2, and we have got some food left, so we can definitely we can eat food and be fully healed. Something about gerbils. Location of Zanzibar Bone. Zanzibar, yes. Yeah, Zanzibar. Zanzibar Bone. 234. The tiny man smiles and says, "Ah, well, if that's all you want, then that's simple enough. He's on the 4th floor in the room with the black door." Then he waves his arms at you and disappears in a small puff of smoke. You stand up and walk back down the stairs to the floor where there are 2 doors adjacent to each other on the landing. You breathe in deeply and turn the handle of the black door. We are back in the room with the chest containing a golden skull. So, what do? I guess we walk over to the chest. It's the only other option. So I wonder if the black skull is Zambar Bone. Should we find out? If you are wearing the ring of the golden eye, turn to 385. Yes. A voice in your mind tells you that the chest is an illusion and it doesn't exist. Also, you see that the black cat is not what you thought it was. Before you stands a black-robed skeleton with green translucent eyes, wearing a golden crown on its head. That is Zambar Bone. Before you have time to notch your arrow, the Night Prince pulls 3 teeth from his mouth and throws them onto the floor. They explode in puffs of smoke, and out of them step 3 skeletons, armed with swords. We have to fight them. Seven, 6, a win for us. 10-12 is still a win for us. 6-7, a win for us. 6-6, a win for us. 1 skeleton down. 10-5, a win. 6-7 is still a win. 8-7 is a win. 2 skeletons down. 2-7. Think that one's hit us. Yes, it has. 8-8, a win for us. 5-12, we've been hit again. 3-5, win for us. And 10-6, we have beaten the skeletons. Zanbar Bone walks towards you, trying to touch your exposed... Oh, hold on. We got a picture. There he is. Zanbar Bone walks towards you, trying to touch your exposed skin. You throw down your sword and notch the silver arrow to your bow. You have only one chance. You take aim and release the bowstring. Test your luck. We have maximum luck, so we'll still lose a luck point, but we're okay. Turn to 243. 244. Do you feel the Zanbar in your bone? The Night Prince is paralyzed, but not for long. He can summon unearthly powers to defend himself, and you must act quickly. What compound will you rub into his eyes? It was lotus flower and hag's hair, wasn't it? So we made lotus flower and hag's hair. 337. Congratulations. You have killed Zanbar Bone, the infamous Night Prince. He decays before your eyes, becoming nothing more than a small pile of powder on the floor. Oh, it's a bit of anticlimax. Turn to 400. You leave Zanbar Bone's black tower as quickly as you can, not wishing to spend another moment in the infernal place. Before leaving, however, you set it alight so that no evil entity may ever again use it for foul deeds. You sleep the rest of the night and long into the next morning in a hayfield before setting off for Silverton in the afternoon. Battle-weary and hungry, you arrive in Silverton the same evening. You are given a hero's welcome, and gift upon gift is bestowed upon you. A feast is arranged, and there is laughter, music, and drinking in all the streets. Finally, Owen Caroliff makes a speech and presents you with a golden orb worth hundreds of gold pieces. The people of Silverton are joyous once again. There wasn't even an erg, no, was there? No. Done. Book completed. We only had to use one save point. Thank you, Iman, for remembering the route through at times. But yeah, that was a bit of an anticlimactic fight. I thought we would at least have to do some fighting with him, rather than just immediately making him waste away. But yes, Team Yogg are successful. So that is 2 fighting fantasy books down. No, we've done 3 now. 3 fighting fantasy books. We've done City of Thieves, Forest of Doom, and House of Hell. So we've got to complete a few more. Really have to. But I think next week we might play Alone Against the Static. Call of Cthulhu. I don't know. You shall see. It is cool artwork, isn't it? Really good artwork. The artwork is fantastic throughout the entire book. A few of these encounters we didn't come across, but did that one. Women fighting over a duck. Hag. Shopkeeper. Snake-headed woman. Don't remember her. People throwing things. Tattoo man. Dodgy looking pub. Trolls. Vampire. Nicodemus. Zanbar Bone. So there's some good artwork. Like that one. Bad old man. Don't remember him. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, we did have that one. I didn't see that. Yep. City Guard. Awesome helmet. So yeah, yeah, I think Ian did the cover to Broadsword and the Beast. I don't know that. I have to look that up. Ian McCabe, Broadsword and the Beast. I mean, the artwork's excellent throughout that book. I don't think there's any repetitive boat journeys in this particular Call of Cthulhu book. So we shall see. Oh, it's a Jethro Tull album. I never quite got Jethro Tull. But okay, I think it is probably time for me to call the stream to a close. We've only overrun by about 45 minutes. Don't matter. I haven't got work tomorrow. Tomorrow is gaming day. If you're playing tomorrow, click on the events tab in the Discord and confirm, because we like to know beforehand how many players we're going to get. So there are a few people who will probably turn up and go, "Oh, hi," who haven't clicked the events tab. But yeah, make sure you register your interest. It's fair on the DMs. So anyway, thank you everybody in chat for joining. It's been a nice busy chat tonight. We have finished City of Thieves, which I'm glad about. I've never finished that one before. I know we had to go back to a save point at one point, but it doesn't matter. It saves us rereading from the beginning. But cheers. Thank you everybody in chat, and I'll see you. If you're playing tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Cheers all.